My name is Roy Magnuson. I'm an assistant professor in the School of Music. I'm a composer, but over the last couple of years, I've learned how to make VR software, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. This piece of software I made called SolsticeVR that is used to allow someone to be able to write music in virtual reality. So my background is entirely as an acoustic composer. I went to Illinois State University for my undergrad. I took a couple electronic music classes. Outside of that, I have no background as a coder. I did, BASIC when I was a little kid. The reason why I chose to make something in VR is because I just thought it would be really cool. And there's, tons of possibility. I just sort of jumped in and thought, okay, let's try to write music for VR. The impetus of that was get the equipment and then find VR environments and compose music for them. And it wasn't until I started trying to do that I realized, man, I would really love to be able to make this stuff. That was actually kind of the first year, was just trying to make environments and compose music for it. Over time, it started developing into, what would be really cool is to be able to manipulate more and more and more of the environment. And that's where it became sort of evident that like a tool goal, as opposed to more of like a game goal, was the path to be able to make something that people can use as opposed to something that people just experience. All right, so once you jump into VR, you have hand tracking, so you can see your hands, and you have all these menus around you that allow you to bring in your own sounds here, and you can manipulate them with different effects, and you can record yourself, and then you can go to different environments that have different acoustic profiles to them. You can also draw, which is putting music all along this line, so it's different sound samples all along it, and then you can have that tied to how high up and down you draw. And you get these really kind of cool sounds that happen, which can now create sort of an echo, and they create kind of the opposite of the blocks, right? The blocks you throw around, and these sounds are right next to you. So you can sort of play with different levels of mixing and proximity and distance. So that's the general idea. It's made to not replace anything in reality, to create a space where you can improvise and you can play, and you don't really care about what you're making. Ooh. About what you're making at all. You just want to see what happens. And if you go in with that expectation that things are going to be kind of messy and that 5% of what you make over the course of a session is usable, that's fine, because that 5% of what you make is only possible in VR. So if you're interested in using it, we have several labs on campus. There's one in the Center for the Visual Arts. There's one in the Diggs facility in Julian. You're welcome to come and check it out. One of my goals was that it could kind of serve the dual purpose of just being a sandbox where you just go play, right? And just make sounds and see what happens. And it's just fun to be in VR making sounds. But also to make it robust enough that if you're an artist and you really want to try to write a specific type of music, and it's difficult to do in reality, that type of music might be easier to write in virtual reality, and that this environment might serve as a tool to make that easier for you.